Hello, this is Joe from Nerd in Korea. We're continuing our MTG keyword series. This time we're looking at forecast, which I actually mentioned on a card. In the last video on Shadow had one. I'm not including that card again, even though I think it deserves to be in the top 5, but anyway. We'll guess we won't cover that, because I left it out. Anyway, okay. So what is this series about? First of all, we talk about different keywords. This one is, I think, similar to channel is what I actually struggled on what to compare this to exactly. This is a weirder one, but channel is maybe the closest. And finally, we'll take a look at some of the best budget cards this keyword has to offer. I think this is a great one. So what is forecast? First of all, this is a triggered ability, which makes it harder to counter. Than a lot of decks will have counterspell and things like that. Countering spells, decks are frequently very good at. Countering abilities, not so much. So yeah, that's one nice thing, is it will be harder to counter. So this may only be activated during the player's upkeep and only once per turn. There's the major limitation right there. This is once per turn and only during upkeep. So you're kind of using resources before you're able to do anything else. There's the downside, but it can be mitigated pretty easily. Anyway, while those limitations may sound steep, these only require that you reveal the card and pay the cost to use the ability. The card returns to your hand again. So this is, you're just showing that you have the card and you're doing whatever the cost is, and then you put it back into your hand. So you can just keep doing this over and over and over and over from your hand. Really good. It's kind of like casting an instant and not needing to actually put a card into your graveyard. Yeah. Once again, this is an ability, not a spell. You can cast the spell. It does have a spell attached to it as well. In that way, I guess it's kind of like Adventurers. Maybe that would have been a good comparison to make, but I didn't. So, yeah. No, I guess not. Okay. Once again, I'm comparing this to Channel. I think this sounds like Channel. So this is also an ability activated on a card directly from your hand, which is unusual. So these are very similar in that Channel also lets you just activate an ability on a card from your hand directly. With Channel though, it goes to your graveyard, doesn't go back to your hand, right? So there's something very different. Also Channel, you can activate at any time, and this is limited to only your upkeep. Anyway. And yeah, they're also similar in the fact that, yeah, you need something that counters abilities to counter either one of these. You cannot use like a counter spell on these. Number 5. So getting to our budget here. Paladin of Prov. Okay, so 4 to white for a 3/4. Not great for a start, but when this deals damage, you gain that much life. Okay, so that's lifelink, right? That's what lifelink does, but it does not say lifelink. I even checked this on the website, and unless the what's it called, MTG Gatherer website is missing something, a lot of times they'll like retroactively say, oh, this is lifelink on this. This does not say that. That means you can get lifelink and this ability. So if you give him an equipment that gives him lifelink, he's gonna do double. So yeah, basically double lifelink he can get. Very unusual for any unit to be able to do that, but anyway, okay. And forecast 1 and a white, reveal him from your hand, and whenever a target creature deals damage this turn, you gain that much life. Again, with any lifelink deck or life gain deck, this is so useful because you can give anything that already has lifelink basically double lifelink. Crazy. Very useful. Very, very useful. Anyway, 10 whole cents. Number 4. Plumes of Peace. So this is 1 Azorius, white blue. So pretty cheap. It is an aura. So enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. This is a fairly common type of thing where you're just basically locking a unit down so they can't cause any trouble. It's a nice option to have. It stops things from attacking, it stops things from using tap abilities, or activated abilities, I guess. Not activated isn't right because some things, anything that requires tap. Okay? Anyway. And forecast 1 in a blue, you can tap target creature. Tapping a creature at the beginning of your turn just can open up a lot of options in combat. During combats, usually they don't have a lot of great blockers, especially I would use this with like a flyer deck with something that has a lot of evasion, which Azorius is great for. Then you can just like start chipping away at people pretty easily. Anyway, 10 whole cents. Number 3. Writ of Passage. Okay, only 1 blue for this aura. And whenever enchanted creature attacks, if its power is 2 or less, it is unblockable this turn. It's weird they phrased it that way, but okay. If it's 2 or less, if it attacks, it's unblockable. Unblockable only applies to things attacking, so why did it say it that way? I still don't understand. Maybe there's something I'm missing there, but it just seems really weird to me. Okay, so its forecast is 1 in a white, and basically you give this creature with power 2 or less is unblockable until end of turn. I need to order this for a deck I'm working on right now, actually. I don't think I did order this the other day. I meant to, and I think I forgot. Oh no. Anyway, 13 cents. Number 2. Pride of the Clouds. Once again, Azorius. Again, forecast is primarily, or it was introduced as an Azorius ability. So yeah, that's why you see so much white and blue on these. So Pride of the Clouds gets +1/+1 for each other creature with flying on the battlefield. Flyer deck, oh my gosh. So it's a 1/1 flyer that costs 2 that is going to get +1/+1 for each other flyer. Oh boy. I need to, I gotta order this as well. Forecast 2 in a white. You can reveal it from your hand to create a 1/1 white and blue bird creature token with flying. 4 for a token or a 1/1 token, even with flying, is a lot, but I think this is one you actually want to use more for its main, for casting the creature, but this is a nice fallback, right? If you do want to make flyers or 1/1 flyers or whatever token creatures, you can do that, but this is one of the only ones that's really good on its own, I think. So I think the other ones you mostly get it for the forecast. This you get for the ability. Anyway, 160. Which keyword do you guys want? I always ask and no one ever says, so I want to know. Please hit like and subscribe. It makes such a big difference. It does. I always say that, I know, but I don't want to keep sucking up a bunch. Alright, number 1. Sky Hussar. Weird name. Kind of sounds like Hussy. But anyway, okay, I probably shouldn't say that. This is, 3 in Azorius, so white-blue, for a 4/3 flyer, and when it enters the battlefield, untap all creatures you control. So yeah, that is quite good. And you can forecast, tap 2 white or blue creatures you control, reveal it from your hand, draw a card. So I think I misread this the first time. I thought it was tap all creatures you control. Untap all is much better. 5 for untapping everything on a 4/3 flyer? That's not bad. That's actually quite good. That's better than I realized. But you can tap 2 creatures that are white or blue, doesn't matter if they're tokens or whatever, and draw an extra card every turn. No mana, no nothing, just Keep drawing cards. Worth 4 cents, that's for sure. I totally misread that the first time. Actually, the first, second, and third time, I think. Untap all creatures. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. The list. Paladin of Prov is 10 cents. Plumes of Peace is 10 cents. Writ of Passage is 13 cents. Pride of the Clouds is 160. And Sky Hussar is 4 whole cents. Alright, take it easy.